Times when George just makes fun of me, man, and it just brings me down.
Welcome, listeners, to another great episode of Two Beers and a Mic. Today, we discuss a local hero to us who's going through a tough time right now. We're gonna talk about that. Yeah, Stone's like, oh yeah,
I was like a local hero.
Local hero. Yeah. We're gonna discuss that and your opportunity to make his life even better. We're gonna talk about how monsters make us hard. No, Monster Hard Seltzer is what we'll be trying today. As a review, George, do you have anything to say about that?
George's chin hairs have still not connected after 10 years.
He's
and we're going to be talking about Baby Boy's new single.
You know the
at the end of the pod.
You know the colonels who have like that what's it called?
This is another great episode of Two Beers and a Mic. Here we go.
Hello, gentlemen.
How are you, boys? Baby Boy, what's your new single called?
Parking meter.
Oh, why don't you parking meter? Let's just take a guess.
Is it because you backed that ass up?
It should be called.
That was funny. See,
it should be
shit
called.
like that is clippable.
You guys let us know how our new TikToks are going. We do have a new TikTok extraordinaire producer. So those TikToks, Reels, all sorts of things like that, they will be uploaded more frequently.
Jake, if you were a rapper, what would your name be?
Oh man, Big Little.
Big Little. Big Little. What would the name of your first single be? First album. Sorry.
My album.
Your album.
My album name. No Foreskin.
No Foreskin.
What would yours rapper name be?
That's unfortunate. George wouldn't know about that.
I know
He
mine. Bet you can't
He's
guess
rocking
mine.
the hood. What, your baby boy name?
Yeah.
Profit? Perxifit? Perxifit?
You got it right.
Profit.
Stones would be Pebble.
No, I would.
Now that's clippable.
Pebble File. Like pedophile.
Pebble File.
That was good. That was quick.
Pebble File. Yeah.
I don't know.
What would it be? Telling you, Big Little. Come on now. Well, this is not clippable content.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I can't. I'm gonna think about it.
Stone, what would your first album? What would your rapper name be?
Oh, dude.
Pebble.
It probably would be like Lil Pebble.
Lil Pebble. Well, yeah.
And then my first album would be
Rock Hard.
Your name would be Fee Fi Fo.
B5O.
Yeah.
B5O.
And yours would be Fum because you fumble all these hoes, right?
No, mine's just Baby Boy. BBYYBOI. I'm on every single platform streaming. Go ahead, search me up.
Jesus, we actually need.
We're gonna start charging him for promoting himself.
We should.
That was the first promotion I've ever done.
That's an ad.
That's an ad.
So that's we charge a high rate on ads. I think it's like $25 per second. So how long did it take you to say that whole name?
Well, if it's anything like his reading, it took him quite a minute.
BB. Wait. What is it again? BBBBBYBOXIII.
BBYYBOI.
I felt bad the other day because Kennedy she was reading something off the TV screen.
Oh dear.
And she was like, "Are you done?" I was like, "I'm only a sentence
Yeah.
in." I was like, I haven't
mean?
even started hardly.
Dude, if I got contacts in, like if I take them out, bro, I'm blind as a bat.
Really?
And if I'm trying to see something on a TV screen, done. Like it ain't happening. But Tate will read like these long things, and then she'll scroll, and I'll be like, "Whoa, I was like halfway done."
Literally, bro. My kids are gonna have an awful time with bedtime stories.
Good God.
Shit.
The land.
Kennedy's gonna have to read bedtime stories to him and the kids. Is what it's gonna have to be.
What was your favorite bedtime story growing up?
I think I don't recall.
That's what's fucking wrong with you.
I guess I don't recall bedtime stories.
Really?
Gunshots in the wind.
That was yours.
Yeah.
Not the book Gunshots in the Wind. Just
your bedtime story was a gunshot.
Gunshots in the wind.
Gunshot out the window.
I swear, bro. This morning. Is it this morning? It was it was last night. Somebody had a switch, bro.
Yeah. My neighbor. Dude, I swear he had one because we were out one night and they were shooting normal, pop, 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 and then it just,
Yeah.
bro. I was like, all right, y'all gotta chill.
On me, I heard right at where the corner store is. I heard it. I was like, oh, whoa.
Now,
Like,
obviously,
whoa,
not
someone
going
didn't get
to,
their Mountain Dew for free.
Yeah.
Bummer.
not gonna incriminate myself, but it would be kind of cool to have one.
Yeah.
My tattoo, the guy who did them, he makes them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a guy
Makes
who
them.
3D printed them. I think
Oh, I
we
bet
had
they're
talked
easy.
about it at one point.
Yeah,
Yeah, he had 3D printed them, and ended up being a felony. But he had sold thousands of them, and they're just
I don't know why, like things like that. All right, so I think I've talked about this before potentially, but the guy that did Silk Road, right? So he was the guy that he was like way back when I think it was like the internet like first came around, and he created a website that allowed people to sell drugs on the website. He got put in jail, and I'm like, all right, listen here. The guy didn't sell drugs himself. He just created a portal to where other people could have a transaction. Now, unless there was like children or something like that involved with that, okay, at that point, yeah, maybe throw him in jail. But if all you did was just say, man, I just created a website, like, I feel like that's
I
fine.
don't know.
Unless he was
I feel
profiting off of transactions, then maybe he could be, which obviously he would have.
I would,
Like, that's how you would catch criminals. Like, yeah, set up a website that tries to do.
dude. Yeah,
I don't know, right? Yeah, like
I bet you the government hires so many criminals just to
100%.
have them, just to have them work for them and lure in more criminals. Like they're already messed up in the mind, right? The people that the government would hire, like they would already do all the stuff that they're trying to catch people for, but now they just have them protected.
What
And so-
about the guy from you seen that movie Catch Me If You Can?
Oh,
with
yeah.
Leonardo DiCaprio
Oh,
and
yeah.
Tom Hanks. So he got hired by the FBI because he was doing counterfeit checks,
Mhm.
and he was like making them flawless. And then when they brought him in, he was like serving his sentence, and they were like, "Hey, we'll help you get out or like get out early, but you have to cooperate with us." And so they were like giving him like a ton of checks, and he would like feel them, and he would like smell them. And if they didn't smell like the certain paper, he could feel like raised ink on the checks. It was like,
Yep.
okay, he used this type of ink, or he could tell from the perforated edges like what was fake and what was. He had all this knowledge. And
Yeah.
he used it for the government.
And there's some conspiracy theory about Charles Manson working for the government or being hired by the government as well, and
what?
using like LSD so it goes pretty deep into it, but they were talking about how back in the 70s, whenever there were all the war peace,
Protests and stuff.
protests and things like that, or the groups of people who were protesting the war, right? Most of them were pretty like, level-headed, against the war, and then they introduce LSD, and it all becomes about love and peace and everything like that, right? Well, Charles Manson was big on, what is it called? Whenever you
Hypnotized?
Yeah, hypnosis, was big on hypnosis.
Okay.
So, they believe that like Charles Manson would get these people on LSD because he was a big LSD user and would like hypnotize them under LSD and like say these certain phrases and things like that the government had given to him in order to like test that theory of, hey, can this actually hypnotize somebody?
Did it?
That's what they say, because
Bro, hypnotism people, I don't know how that's like a legal act.
that's what
You ever have those people come to your school?
No, heck
We
no.
did.
I've seen it.
So we did like it was like after graduation. It was called like Project Grad, right? We'd graduate, and then they'd have like an all-night party at our school. But you didn't go to bed. You just like stayed up to like 4 a.m. So it was like from like 7 p.m. to 4 a.m. or like 5 a.m. And you would have all these events and stuff that would happen, right? So they had this hypnosis guy, hypnotist, come in, and you had like 9 or 10 people, and that was like all my classmates that I had graduated with. And bro, they had them doing some weird stuff, and people that like I would talk to afterwards, like, bro, like, was that for real? And they'd be like, yeah, we had people get hypnotized in the crowd, because they said, if you want to get hypnotized, play along, like do the stuff that we're asking. I tried, I couldn't get it to happen in the seat, but he was like obviously doing like specific things with like the 9 or 10 people that were up on the stage and stuff. Bro, they were like playing orchestras and stuff, and they were like, all right, play a instrument in the orchestra, and one dude was playing the trumpet, and one dude was like like his eyes were open, but he was playing the violin. Yeah, bro. Like just and yeah, and then you'd ask him, you'd be like, bro, what happened? And they'd be like, dude, I have no idea. Like you were aware, but you couldn't control yourself. And I was like, that's crazy. You know what those people could have you do?
That's what I'm saying.
That's
The
crazy
Epstein
work.
Think about the Epstein.
What'd you say? What'd you say?
No.
No? He said, no, I ain't saying anything yet.
What'd you say?
George is going to get into hypnotism.
Yeah, no joke. Weirdo.
Bro, you could do it to Asa.
I am your boss.
Yeah. Go do all the finger saves. Hypnotize him in the morning and then just be like, go do all the finger saves. Bro would be asleep just like.
I actually like
Yeah?
I'm sure you do.
because I don't have to.
That's fair.
Besides that,
You're just chilling. He's just chilling.
I don't see how people like.
Speaking the
So,
mic.
like,
Speaking the mic. Speaking the mic.
What did they like? Was it like?
Like the clock,
Yeah,
like the
did they
classic
use a
clock?
clock?
No, so basically what he said was he'd be like, close your eyes and relax, right? So you'd close your eyes and you'd relax. And you could do this in the crowd. And you'd be like, okay, I'm going to count down from. Someone getting a call?
You.
I am. My bad. So he'd be like, count down from 10, right? And it'd be like 10, 9. And then it'd be like, you have to breathe at the same rate that he's doing it. And he'd have some people where he'd like, it's something about tugging the arm. I don't know what makes that happen, but he'd like tug on the arm. And then they would just like we had people fall out of their chair. Like just like out. And then he'd be like, okay, now at the snap of my fingers, you will do whatever. And he'd be like, play an instrument in the orchestra. And then they'd wake up and they'd be like, start playing the violin, or like one dude was like drumming. And it was like, what is happening right now?
Funny, bro.
But they do it. We need to bring one on. That'd be dope. Have you seen those dudes that go into like the NFL camps or like the NBA camps? He like knows like the number you're gonna choose out of like 1 out of 100, or like he'll know. Like there was one.
It's like Narwhal.
There was one.
Or what's his name? The dude who knows everything about the rappers.
Oh, Nardwar.
Narwhal.
Yes. But this dude would go in, and I don't know how he would do this. So he'd pick on a random guy. So I think they were. This could be completely wrong, but like let's say one was on the Bengals, right? He was at the Bengals facility. Be like, all right, who's gonna come up? All right, Jamar Chase, right? He'd be like, you come up here. And so he'd have Jamar Chase. He'd be like, all right, like you're in a grocery store and you're walking through the aisle, right? And this is the aisle, like right, like kind of near the register, but not near the register. I want you to just pick up any kind of item. Pick it in. Like he would just like act like he's picking it up. He'd be like, all right, is the item you have circular? And the guy would be like, yeah. And then he'd be like, okay. And then the guy, the mentalist or whatever, he'd have an orange in his hand. And he'd be like, all right, what was it? And he'd have the orange in his hand. The guy would be like, I just got a pack of peanut M&Ms. And the guy would be like, oh. And everyone was like, oh, like you thought he was going to pick an orange. And then he peeled the orange and out came peanut M&Ms.
What the?
It's like, what? What's going on?
That can't be real.
I'd be scared to bring a hypnotist on.
Dude,
No,
I would want to do it. I'd want to do it.
No stress.
Yeah, we'll do it on George.
You already lost.
I said I'll do it. But
Yeah.
I'm only doing it if
Nah, it's gonna be like some freaky dude.
The dude tells me what to do. I don't want Stone. Hey, bro. Hey, tell him to do this. Pick his nose.
Well, you're gonna be asleep, so you sure you're up for it?
Yeah, if he signs a waiver.
Yeah, a waiver.
What?
Yeah, we'll bring one on.
I'd love to see a waiver that George writes up.
It'd be fun. It'd be fun.
Chat GBT.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
Have me fill out a waiver.
Yeah. I'm very smart now.
Look at him.
Oh gosh.
So, how has ChatGPT helped you in your music career now, George? I hear it's been a huge hit.
Dang.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Dang.
So I heard it made.
I think
it's time to try a beer.
You want to try a beer? Well, today we don't have a beer. Today we have a hard seltzer. Gross. But today, as I grab our specialty drink out of the SOK Lone Star mini fridge.
Breeding and training the best GK Labradors for the modern day sportsman.
Today, we will be trying and reviewing The Beast Unleashed.
Oh, I should have brought my chicken today.
Unrelated topic.
Yes.
Anyway, we have The Beast Unleashed Hard Seltzer. It is a hard monster drink called White Haze. I believe this is off of the White Monster, which I heard they're discontinuing, which is crazy work because it's like the best monster that they have.
So should we be tasting it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Stone, in your best ranch fuel voice, why don't you read the description on the back here? It's pretty long, so
Oh gosh.
yeah, give it a little run.
Our original crew's been making drinks for 30 years now. Our favorite brand, Monster Energy, is about to turn 21. We figured why not celebrate the big day with making an adult beverage. We hit delete on the energy blend and cut out the caffeine. Next, we brewed up the smoothest tasting alcohol ever and blended it with our tried and true flavors. The beast is unleashed. Great taste. 6.0 my percent. Oh, 6.0 my percent alcohol.
6.0 my.
And a smooth flavor that won't weigh you down. Get ready to celebrate and don't be afraid of the big bad beast.
The big bad beast.
That's got a nice little M on the cap. Too,
Does it?
On the, yeah.
Give a little crackle dackle.
there.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Well,
Did you know that those symbols on the Monster Energies, I'm pretty sure those are some sort of numeral for 6. Like each individual one, so it's like 666.
good God. Everything.
Right? Satanic.
Everything,
Monster.
man.
As we give the Monster Energy beast a little
My
pull.
brother always said,
Speaking to the mic, buddy.
I'm protected by the light of God.
That's right. You
Is it
just
true,
gotta
man?
say, Lord, please keep these demons from me. And just don't go a little
That's yours.
head start on the taste there. Does this look artificial or what?
Looks like fog water.
Look at that. That is
like
nice.
steam
And
water.
can I even see anything through that? Nope, it is straight white.
Looks like George's bath water. For sale on OnlyFans for a small price of $19.99.
Yes, George's bathwater. Baby boy.
All right, if you had to do one
Sus.
fetish, one fetish on OnlyFans.
I'm the one performing it?
Yes. What would it be? Now, nothing like,
No, yeah.
yeah, but like, would you be like a foot puppet, or would you be?
I think I'd be a pretty good foot puppet.
Yeah.
I think I got some size 13, 14 big boys. So,
God, I think that would scare people.
you think? I think they'd like it more.
Dude, are your feet hairy?
On the knuckles.
On the knuckles.
I got a little knuckle hair there going on.
That's interesting. Most of the time, it's on your hand.
I don't really have that problem. Really.
He's got very small hands.
I got very small fingers. Hair has not grown on them yet.
That's what, dude. I wanted to.
That's clippable. That's clippable.
Dude, there's this. I'll send you this video so you can send it to, or so you can post it along with it. But watch this video real quick. Hold it up to the mic.
All right, look at the camera.
I'll post it on the.
And please say your name.
My name is Matthew Gilligan.
Okay, today's date.
It'd be January 28th, 2025.
Okay, what are we doing today?
We're doing TASO training.
And this is voluntary.
Tweeting.
Yes, it is.
Taser twinning.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. And taser, taser, taser.
It's gonna knock the speech impediment right out.
Oh, that's the longest 5 seconds ever.
That's the longest 5 seconds ever.
Dude, that has to be a button of ours.
Hey, that was clean.
Oh, bro, absolutely.
That
We're
would
gonna
be
make that a
funny.
button. All right, let's take a little. Ooh, it smells good.
Yeah.
Give it a little whiff. We already got some of the
I
foam.
did. I'm sorry, I did get a little foam action.
Let's get a little. George, why don't you take a little swig there and give us a little thummies
Take a
up or
shot,
thummies
dude.
down.
Don't be a little.
Yeah, take the whole thing. Come on.
Bet
chug
you
it.
won't.
Chug it.
Oh, see.
What you got? Thumbs up, thumbs down, medium? What do you think of the beast unleashed? Thumbs up from George.
Nice.
We're going to see how it is. 6% alcohol.
Cheers,
by
bro.
volume. Cheers, pinkies. Pink. Oh, yeah.
Solid.
Bro, you know how many of these I would annihilate?
Dude, boat season's coming up. I'm
Dude,
so ready.
these I would get juckered up on.
But Jugger.
We should really get a 2 beers boat.
Oh, don't even get me started. Let's
That
start
would
with a
be
2 beers Yeti, and then we'll go to.
Fair.
That's no, but yeah, that's in the future. We need you listeners to continue to listen to our episodes so that we can
For
get
the
a
2 beers
vote.
yacht.
Yeah.
We promise for the OG of the OG listeners, they will be invited. Or, well,
100%.
the first 4 will be invited on
Right.
our 2 beers yacht.
Our first 4, our first 4 listeners and our largest 2 investors.
That are not our family.
Yep. Yeah. No. You get enough as it is. What do we think about the Monster Unleashed? Now, we won't really include this, obviously, in beer ratings.
We could have a beer and seltzer chart.
I think we could do
That might be a
chart.
smart idea to do.
Mm-hmm. What would you give the Beast Seltzer? It's one of the better ones I've ever had.
I was
if I'm
going
being
to say
real.
I'd give it like an 8.3, honestly.
Yeah?
Because I'm not a big, like, the only seltzer I really like is ranch water. I'm not a big fan of White Claws.
I like the Dad Waters because they're flat. And,
Yeah,
I
that's
can,
not a
I can put
seltzer,
those
though.
down.
It's a water.
That's fair. Yeah, I guess it is a water.
I guess we can give it a seltzer.
We'll give it that.
Because there's no, I mean, what are you going to, is there any other tequila water like that, I wonder? Or vodka water?
I have no.
I'm sure there is. I mean, vodka is the mom water and then tequila is the dad water. But there probably is out there, but probably not as well known.
Mm.
One of my favorite seltzers is Happy Dad. And I
I
think
do like Happy
and I
Dads.
think this is pretty dang good. If I were to give
This
a
is just
Happy Dad,
sweeter.
it is.
Yeah, that's the only thing.
It's right on par
Yeah.
with the white energy drink taste.
It's not too sweet though.
How many they have like a calorie content or anything on this sucker?
Oh, no,
I don't
they
think
know
so.
better.
They don't even know. They're like, we didn't even consider that when we made this beverage. 8.3. I'll give it an 8.5. So I think it gives it 8.4 for
Not
the
bad.
the
Pretty nice.
Beast
Not bad.
Seltzer. Oh, right on his
No, why
right on
would
his
you do that?
Ampter bag.
Is Ampter.
Ampter.
Golly.
If anybody knows what Ampter is, please comment below. It is a good looking bag.
Yeah. You gonna put your pew pew in it? Or once you get a pew pew, you gonna put a pew pew in it? Yeah.
Yep.
What's the number one accessory that you have in your shoulder bag there, George?
My hard drive.
That's your hard what?
My hard drive.
Oh, drive. Sorry. Okay.
Oh,
That's all I have here. Hard drive.
Okay. What is your future aspirations for content in your shoulder satchel? Whoa. Oh,
whoa,
we have to clip that out.
easy.
but plural? You still can't.
Nope.
Gotta say pew pews.
Pew pews.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. There you go.
Yes, I would like
TikTok
two
guidelines, man.
pew-pews.
Two poo poo. Two poo poo. You would like 2 poo poos in your purse.
Good to know, George.
That's nice.
You've just affirmed
Yes,
every
two
fear.
pew pews, please.
2 poo poos in his purse.
Two pew pews.
We can make that happen.
We could make that happen.
I'm the only one that could make that happen.
Yeah.
I should have brought the chicken.
We should have brought the chicken.
Should've brought
We
the
haven't
chicken.
uploaded yet Stone's Donut Challenge to those. But I do want to get for you. We did FaceTime you and record it. Although I guess when you screen record, it doesn't
Not
bring in
record.
volume. So George, what did you tell us on the well, why don't you come over here real quick? We got to get you in screen so I can clip it for our video.
Oh god.
Yeah, I know. You're not even ready. Show everyone your Ampter bag and everything. Do you not want to be on video? Okay. Well, why don't you just let me know right off the rip. What do you think? I'll use it as a background noise. Try to make it inspirational. Do you think Stone, you have to give us the exact same answer you gave us. Do you think Stone completed or failed his 24 donut challenge?
I think he did it.
You think he did it?
I think he barely passed.
You think so?
Yeah.
What kind of time do you think he did it in? He had 8 minutes. How fast do you think he knocked out all 24 donuts? If you were
Like
to
you
guess?
gave him
12
him
minutes.
8 minutes.
I gave
thought
him
you
8, and then we upped it to 12.
Dang, I thought he had 14.
So we had
Yeah.
12 minutes. How fast do you think he knocked it out? You said he completed it. How fast do you think he knocked it
11:54.
out? Ooh,
It's pretty
at the
solid.
buzzer.
I appreciate the confidence.
We'll upload that video very, very shortly. It'll be uploaded to YouTube this week at 2 Beers and a Mic. We have the pizza challenge done. I failed the pizza challenge. We have the donut challenge done. Those results are TBD. Next, we will have George versus Asa in the Big Burrito Challenge.
Burrito.
George, why don't you let us know really quick what your burrito consists of? Do you even know what your burrito is going to consist of? Or are you just pressing buttons over there?
I'm trying to stop it, but it didn't. Okay.
Okay.
It is
Top
gonna,
producer of the decade.
I'm sorry. It is consisted of.
Even though? Do you want me to say it?
Yeah, I don't know the exact.
1
amount.
full pound of bacon, a dozen eggs.
1 full pound of sausage.
Oh, we're doing both.
I thought so.
A dozen eggs.
A dozen eggs. It's probably going to end up being like 6 tortillas.
I don't know if I want that much.
I don't know if we give you a I don't know if we give you a time limit on this.
Okay, no wait, listen.
We'll give you an
it just
hour.
has to be finished in one sitting.
We'll give you an
I'm
hour.
cool, but can we not try to pass 4 tortillas?
Yeah, that's cool.
We can
I just
attempt
don't want
it.
a lot of bread.
Well, once the eggs are scrambled, it's not going to be as much.
I'll
as
tell you what. We'll even get you the avocado tortillas or the spinach wraps.
Yeah, there you go.
Like my dad has.
Yeah,
That'll
let's-
probably only be like 3 of
Let's
those.
do that.
They're pretty big. They're like burrito size.
Mm-hmm. Like
Yeah.
Chipotle burrito size.
Yeah. I'm thinking it'll probably be 4.
All right,
I'm
we can
winning.
I'm sorry. Yeah, we weren't doing the sausage.
We're doing a pound of bacon.
Yeah, pound of bacon.
I'm winning.
We're doing a pound of bacon. We're doing one of those smaller but yet still sustainable bags of like the diced hash browns.
Yes.
yeah. 16
seasoned-
ounces of cheese.
Yeah, 16
of the shredded
ounces
cheese.
of shredded cheese. Yeah,
And then-
I think that's it.
Do you want
I
salsa?
want syrup on
Do you
mine.
want
You want syrup?
Give me syrup on my
Sugar-free?
burrito.
Which brand of syrup would you like on your burger?
Black Jemimas.
They don't have that anymore. Black Jemimas.
Yeah.
That's probably why they don't serve it
Simple
anymore.
truth.
What do they call it now? I think they're bringing it back,
Yeah,
but it was
just a
Aunt
different brand.
Jemima's,
Yeah.
and they rebranded it to something else because it was
She's
like
lighter.
what?
She's lighter.
It was
Aunt Jemima is
It
lighter.
really just
What
had
do
to
you mean
do
lighter?
with the
like
name.
and the figure on the deal. Like,
Oh, was the figure too?
yeah.
I thought it was just the name.
Wasn't it just her smiling?
Yeah, but it was how dark she was. So I believe that they made her lighter in the new productions.
So they just put water in it.
What's the something worthy?
Oh, Butterworthy?
Miss Butterworth?
Miss
Let's
Butterworth?
go with that.
Sugar
With that?
free or not
Let's
sugar
go
Yeah,
free?
you
with
want
that.
sugar free or sugar?
Sugar.
All right, bet.
Of course.
Load
Dude.
me up.
But don't put that on my Blackstone. Well, you're not cooking it, but I will not put that on.
Put what on
Your
freaking
mom.
syrup.
you put it on the burrito.
Yes.
Dude.
And so what do we think here? I don't think we give him a time limit for this because it's going to be a massive burrito.
I'd
but I
say-
think he has
I'd
to
say
do it
an
in one
hour.
sitting.
I'd say an hour. I think that's fair. Dude, you're talking about a 6-pound burrito?
An hour? Half an hour. Half an hour is one sitting. How long do you think you'll finish it?
It probably takes me 10 to
Alright, is
12
it
minutes.
Really 6 pounds.
It's
A pound
probably
of-
going to end up being
I can
around
tell you
3 or
right now.
4.
That I can do. But if you're talking 6 pounds, I can tell you right now, I'm not gonna.
How much weed are you going to smoke before you attempt this?
I think we should do this outside because I need to smoke during it.
During it?
Yeah.
Is that allowed to be on? We have to check YouTube regulations for that.
Should be okay.
Should be all right. We just can't disclose
Maybe.
the location that we're in, I guess.
Yeah, we just won't say what it is.
Okay.
I was really just joking, but if we can't do that, that would be fun.
But it would be, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll do it outside. We'll set up a nice little table for you. You have a foldable table, right?
Mhm.
We can get one.
I
We'll get you a nice little chair.
I could light it up on the Blackstone, right?
No.
Yeah, you'll be good to go.
No. I do not need my food in the
Gotcha.
future to just be like, ugh.
Yeah.
Why does it smell like George?
Yeah. Oh yeah, man.
Yeah.
Well, on that note, you want to talk about
Our local.
our local
Yes.
brew hero?
Yes. So a little story on this, and we'll be posting this out, and we'll probably end up be posting it on our Instagram as well. So we were notified today that one of our local Dallas business owners, he owned good records in the Lakewood area, White Rock area, Chris Penn. He has been a staple. This is the description on his page. Chris Penn has been a staple of the Dallas music community for decades, bringing us joy through live music and keeping the love of vinyl alive at the beloved Good Records. On Monday, March 17th, Chris was working at the store and fell. Due to underlying existing medical issues, this fall ended up being devastating. Currently, he's in the ICU and looking at a very modified life going forward. It looks like it's very possible that Chris could have permanent paralysis, but the extent of that is unknown as of right now. He will be unable to work, and his wife, Jen, will struggle to be at the hospital and work her full-time job and care for their 3 sons as well. There will certainly be extensive rehab, home modification, and ongoing home care needed in the future. So all of us here in East Dallas will be promoting this on our. A lot of people have already, but we will as well promote it on our social media pages so that we can come together and support this man who has had this great long time business in East Dallas for, as long as I can remember. I don't know. So right now they have a GoFundMe. Their goal is $150,000. They're currently at $129,000 raised. So
That's
any
awesome.
kind of help that our listeners or anyone that you could reach out to, every dollar counts, raised for this man to support his family during these trying times of his hospital bills, his wife and his 3 kids.
And his entire life change.
Yeah, because he's definitely going to need at-home care. Definitely a life going forward where he's probably going to have nurses, all sorts of things in his own house just to be able for him to live a semi-normal life. So every dollar counts. So if you guys could help us by sharing the link, we will post the GoFundMe link on our YouTube, Instagram, all that sort of stuff. If you guys wouldn't mind sharing that, donating, anything that you can do to help the Penn family during these trying times, that would be outstanding. So thank you to Chris for all that he's done in the East Dallas community, and we hope that everything goes well with whatever surgeries or care
Just
that he may
moving
need.
forward. Yeah, absolutely.
We wish him nothing but the best. Him and his family nothing but the best. So
It's beautiful. Great episode.
yes,
Beautiful.
absolutely. George, what are we at time?
32.
32. Should we clip it? Let's clip it. See you next week.